So that's that. Survival instincts is the same. Endless Carnage is new. It's a duration increase for your spells. They said they're trying to make Cat a little less intense in how you have to keep everything up, or your DPS just, goes down to nothing. So they are trying to increase some durations and make it not so unforgiving. Um, Natural reaction is just how it is today for bears. Rend and Tear is how it is today, except less talent points. Num Num Num, which is a dumb talent name, is a cat talent to when you Ferocious Bite. You have a percent chance to instantly refresh your rip. So you're supposed to be able to weave more ferocious bites into your rotation, and that keeps your rip on the target. Pulverize is a bear talent. It is a new skill for bears, because bears lose, their maul as an every attack thing. They want to give bears something new. It also makes lacerate more important, whereas keeping your lacerate on isn't the most important thing to do in bears nowadays. It deals weapon, 120% weapon damage plus a lot. So this is going to be a big think about. I'm thinking of it like Maul is nowadays, where it's like your biggest hitter. It costs 15 rage, increases with how many lacerate stacks you have, and it also consumes your lacerate stacks and gives you crit strike chance bonus for every stack. So you'll be putting lacerate back on and trying to get it to a 5 stack, and then pulverizing, I would assume. And pulverize is supposed to hit for a gigantic amount. Um, Berserk is unchanged. Balance, our last thing here. Now, balance, you'll find the tree very weird at the moment. You have to understand with balance at level 10, you get both a Moonkin form for free. They're experimenting with giving it to you for free at level 10 instead of a talent, and you also get Eclipse, and the Eclipse mechanic that everyone didn't like when they introduced it in Wrath of the Lich King is now the purveying, mechanic for balance. Starlight Wrath is still there, and you'll notice it doesn't reduce the cast time near as much as it used to, because they're wanting Wrath to keep a fairly long cast time, so that when you stack haste, you don't have trouble with the global cooldown anymore. So they're trying to keep Wrath still at a fairly high cast time. Nature's Grace is a new talent here. All non-periodic criticals have a 100% chance to bless you, increasing your spell casting speed by 20% for 3 seconds. Moonglow is still there to reduce your mana cost of basically all of your damaging abilities. Um, Lunar Justice is a leveling talent. When you kill a target that yields honor or experience, you restore some of your base mana. So, uh, all these that say when you kill a target aren't very useful in groups, because you have to be the one that finishes the target off, which is very unlikely in a group setting. So you have to pick up Genesis here, which is unchanged from how it is now. Improved Eclipse is not yet implemented, but right now they're saying it's increases the amount of solar or lunar energy generated when you Starfire Wrath, and also gives you some energy if you're hit with a melee or ranged attack. Balance of Power is the first part is unchanged. It just gives you hit. Now the second part is gives you hit rating based on how much spirit you have. It's a 1-for-1 conversion between spirit and hit. This is because Balanced druids will be sharing healing gear with restoration druids, so that um, the spirit has to be useful for them. So it's a 100% conversion over to hit rating, because they will not be getting gear that actually has hit on it. Um, in the next, oh, I'm sorry, Star Surge is the one they're experimenting switching with Moonkin form, giving you free at level 10. It is a another attack, basically 2-second cast, 15-second cooldown, and it uses both the moon and sun to damage them. So I'm assuming it works just like Frostfire Bolt, where if they have resistances, it does the type of damage that they're least resistant against, either nature or arcane. So assuming it does that, it's a fairly, Frostfire Bolt-ish. And it also knocks them down as a useful thing as well for PvP and such. Lunar Guidance is completely changed. It increases the radius of the next talent that we're going to talk about, and also your Star Surge generates more energy, um, either lunar or solar energy. Um, I'm going to assume everybody knows how Eclipse works, where the further you get to one side or the other, it increases the damage of the other type of spell. Um, Guile Winds is how it is today, just AoE. Solar Beam is very interesting. Solar Beam's a good talent, especially for PvP. It is a skill that is instant cast, 1 minute cooldown. You summon a beam of light over the enemy's location. It interrupts them, and it also silences all targets under the beam within 10 yards while it's active, and it's active for 10 seconds. So it's an AoE silence within a 10-yard radius of where you lay it down. Very interesting. Very interesting. Uh, Good talent, too. I hope they don't change that very much. Euphora is when you're critically hit, or when you critically hit, you gain some additional solar energy, and when you reach a lunar or solar eclipse, you bring the energy to either one side or the other. You restore part of your mana. So this is going to be your major mana talent. Basically, it replaces your meditation-ish type talents that you would have taken in the past to get mana back. Your Trance, your Force of Nature remains unchanged. Owlkin Fury, uh, when you're attacked, it's basically the same as it is now. You gain a little enrage type effect when you're attacked. Wrath of Cenarius is changed a little bit. When you cast Moonfire, you gain it, and it increases damage done by your Moonfire and decreases the mana cost. It's refreshed, and it says amplified when you move. It stacks up to 3 times, so it would, in the end, reduce your Moonfire to almost no mana cost. And also, it would do a great deal more damage, but you have to remain moving. You have to move once every 3 seconds to keep the effect on. This is to tie in for moving battles. They said they want balance to have something to do while moving, and spamming Moonfire to a much greater degree is what they will be doing. Fungal growth, not yet implemented. When your Trents die or your wild mushrooms are triggered, you spawn a fungal growth, um, which slows enemy targets. Some more a PvP-ish type deal, but you either have to take that or Guile wins. So, it's there. Starfire remains